This is lesson 3.5 for pre-algebra. Lesson 3.5 is solving equations by adding and subtracting decimals. So this is exactly the same as the equations we did in chapter 2, but the only thing that's different is the numbers have decimal points. So what you're going to do to solve this equation, and notice an equation has a variable plus a number, an equal sign, and then another number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down the equal sign, and I'm going to see, okay, this is x plus, notice the plus sign, that's very important, 4.9 equals 18.8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minus 4.9 from both sides. Minusing 4.9 gets rid of it on the left side, so then I just have x, and then I have to find my answer. So on most of these problems, you're going to have a little bit of calculating to do on the side of your paper. So 18 minus 9 is 9, 7 minus 4 is 3, and bring my 1 down and I get 13.9. You can solve, or you can check this by putting 13.9 into the original equation. 13.9 plus 4.9, does that equal 18.8? Well, 13.9 plus 4.9, 9 plus 9 is 18, 4 plus 4 is 8, and then I bring my 1 down and it works. So I know that that is correct. So try this next problem and then we will check it. Okay, so I'm going to draw my line down my equal sign. I'm going to notice that this is negative 24.3 plus b. So if I add 24.23 to both sides, that takes this negative sign and it erases it. So it's a negative 24.3 and a positive 24.3, and they cancel each other out, and I'm left with just b. And that is what I want to get. So now I have to add. 3 plus 3 is 6. 7 plus 2 is 9. Bring my decimal point down. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's 38.96. You can check that by putting that in here. And if I have negative 24.23, and I'm going to add it to 38.96, it's really subtraction because it's a negative. So 6 minus 3 is 3, 9 minus 2 is 7, 8 minus 4 is 4, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So 14.73, is that the same as this? Yep. So I know that is correct. All right, so next, here is a real world problem. Analyzing markup. A store's cost plus markup is the price you pay for an item. So a store's cost plus markup, okay? Suppose a pair of shoes cost a store $35.48. You pay $70. Write and solve an equation to find the store's markup. So try this problem on your own. Push pause and then we'll come back. All right, so it said in the very first sentence, a store's cost, so a store's cost plus, it tells me right there, plus markup equal the price that you pay. Okay, so let's see what they've given me. Suppose a pair of shoes costs a store $35.48. So I'm going to put it right in for cost, $35.48 plus the markup. Do I have the markup, or is that what I'm trying to find? It says, write and solve an equation to find the store's markup. So that's what I'm trying to find. So that is my variable. You can make it m, you can make it x, it doesn't matter. And then it's going to equal what I pay, and I paid $70. So here is my equation. I draw my line down my equal sign, and I'm going to minus 35.48 from both sides because that's a positive 35.48, so I need to do the opposite, which is minus 35.48. Okay, so now I just have to do some calculating on the side. So $70 minus 35.48. So this becomes a 10, this becomes a 9. So 10 minus 8 is 2, 9 minus 4 is 5. This becomes a 10, this becomes a 6. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 6 minus 3 is 3. This is supposed to be 4. Dang it. Sorry. This becomes 9. 34.52. So, 34.52 is what the store's markup is. $34.52. Now, if you want to check that, you add that back to this. 8 plus 2 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Dang it. 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. So then you get $70, so I know my answer is correct. All right, so next we have subtraction problems. And they're exactly the same as the addition, but it's going to be flipped, so you're going to probably do addition to get rid of the number next to the variable. So try these two problems, and then we will correct. All right, so I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to add 5.85 to both sides. That gets rid of it on this side. A negative 5.85 and a positive 5.85 cancel out, and I'm left with n. 15.25 plus 5.85, so let's just do our addition right here. 5 plus 5 is 10, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Bring down my decimal point. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. So it's 2110 is my answer. And then here I'm going to draw my line. I want to get rid of this over here that's by the letter C. So that's a minus 2.6. So I'm going to add 2.6 to both sides. So then these cancel each other out, and I'm left with just C. And then negative 10 plus 2.6. So what you're going to do is line up your decimals, and you're going to subtract. If you remember from that foldable, if the two numbers are different, so if you have one negative and one positive, you subtract the two numbers and keep the sign of the bigger number. So 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 2 is 7. 6. Dang it. So 6.4 plus 2.6 gets us to 10. So 2.6 plus 6.4, so 6.4 is 10. Oh no, I was right. I'm having a brain fart. 7.4. So 7.4. And then I keep my sign of my bigger number. So the bigger number between the two is negative 10. So then I get negative 7.4. All right, last problem. You spent $14.95 for a new shirt. You now have $12.48. Write and solve an equation to find how much money you had before you bought the shirt. So think about it again. You spent $14.95 for a new shirt. Okay? You now have $12.48. Okay. So I had some money. I don't know how much I had though. So that's my X. I don't know how much I had. And then I spent $14.95 on the shirt. So I had money in my pocket, I spent $14.95, and then you now have $12.48. So now I'm left with 1248 in my pocket. So to solve this, you're going to add 1495 to both sides. And then you'll get how much you had. So I'm just going to add these right here. So 2743 is what you have in your, or what you started with before you went shopping. So 2743. Okay, so try these problems in your notebook and then we will go over them. All right, so this first one, I am going to minus 6.35 from both sides. So then I get B equals 9.89 minus 6.35. 9 minus 5 is 4. 8 minus 5, 3 is 5. Gosh, 9 minus 6 is 3. 3.54. So this next one, I am going to minus 17.5 from both sides. So 43.6 minus 17.5. 6 minus 5 is 1. I bring my decimal point down. This becomes 13. This becomes 3. 13 minus 7 is 6. And then 3 minus 1 is 2. So I have n equals 26.1. And this last one, I'm going to add 19.2 to both sides. So C equals 24 plus 19.2. I have my 0.2. 9 plus 4 is 13. 2 plus 2 is 4. So it's 43.2. All right, that is it for your notes.